Hey, it's been a sec. You probably haven't noticed because I don't think anybody regularly watches my content, but I haven't uploaded in like 4 months. And it's actually because, me, my friends, my family, and even some people, outside of that, who I just vaguely heard of, we all ended up in the hospital. It was a freak accident, we all got sick. I recovered, I had to watch over everybody else. It wasn't because I was too much of a lazy piece of shit to actually edit YouTube videos. It was because of the freak accident. Everybody's fine now. And it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that this is an unscripted video that doesn't require that much editing. I'm not a lazy piece of shit. I'm actually here to talk about Elden Ring. E3. E3 comes around. It was a okay direct, some cool stuff, and then wham! Dark Souls Elden Ring game that people have been waiting for 2 years that hasn't gotten any info. Drops a release date and a gameplay trailer, and it was fucking sick. I haven't talked about this too much because I mostly talk about Hollow Knight, but I'm a huge Dark Souls fan. I love FromSoft. I love their work. I think Dark Souls is genius. Very original comments here, I'm sure. I haven't played Demon Souls or Sekiro, but I've played the important games. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I came to talk about Elden Ring because I'm super fucking excited for it, and it's nice to know that a game that I'm waiting for exists. Now, like I said, this is going to be a pretty casual video. I haven't written a script. I'm not planning to do too heavy editing because I have tried to make multiple videos in the past few months that require those two things, and I just haven't done it. I don't know why this is happening to me. Despite the constant reminders from my psychopath piece of shit friend, Steely Clan, who you should totally go sub to, by the way. I just haven't been able to. I have been able to. I have been completely able to, but I just have decided not to make videos for the past 4 months, for basically no reason. But hey, here we are now. Alright, so as I mentioned in the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about shit I want to see in Elden Ring. But unlike those actually well-produced, actually well-thought-out, really dumb, stupid videos made by dumb, stupid people, where they just talk about vague shit they want, like, oh, I want cool boss battles and engaging enemy encounters. Like, wow, I don't want, like, wow, so original. I want cool stuff and good game design in my video games too. The Chad, on the other hand, am gonna talk about really specific shit that nobody cares about. There's a good chance that nothing I say here will get put in the game, and that's alright, I'm just here to talk about really, really dumb, really, really specific stuff I want to see in the game, as opposed to, like, actually productive conversations. Alright, here we go. First, I'm going to talk about Berserk references. As some of you may know, the man who created Dark Souls, Miyazaki, is a huge Berserk fan, and he's put plenty of Berserk references in his work, from super subtle shit to very, very blatant shit. For example, there's the bone wheels being based off of Berserk Enemy. There's the greatsword being based off of Guts' Dragon Slayer weapon. Ornstein and Smo, the Unnamed Apostles. Ornstein and Smo being based off of these two bugs that you fight, like a mantis and a beetle that Guts fights in Berserk. Not you fight, Guts fights. The concept of constantly being beat down in a world that wants you dead, and continuing to struggle onwards, and the overall feeling of hopelessness and depression is in fact a Berserk reference, and really overt shit like the main symbol of the game, the dark sign, being based off of the eclipse. Nice one, Miyazaki. And as a Berserk enjoyer myself, there's a few things in Berserk that I'd like to see in Elden Ring. Starting with Guts' cool arm. during Berserk, Guts gets his arm sliced off, and he gets it replaced by a cool metal arm that can shoot bombs and also rapid fire crossbows. This inspired Slave Nightingale, by the way. And I think it'd be really cool because Elden Ring seems to have a focus on limbs and hands, you know. In the trailer, there was the guy putting on the arms, surrounded by arms, and that same guy was in the second trailer, and you see him fighting him, and he's got hands around him. So if hands actually are a big thing in the game, I think it'd be a good opportunity for Miyazaki to get that cool Guts hand, and maybe, you know, let our player have some weapons like that, you know? Like a hand cannon, like Guts' hand cannon. You know, guys, Breath of the Wild's doing this already in Breath of the Wild 2, and I have to be able to win the arguments that Elden Ring's gonna be better. Link has the cool hand thing. If you don't let the Tarnished have it, it makes it harder for me to win the argument, okay? Another cool Berserk reference I want to see is just put the Sliff Sword in the game. The Sliff Sword is this really, really cool Berserk weapon that this really, really cool character uses. And it's this weapon that lets him control these, like, small living particles in the world around him into, like, these, like, air slashes that he can use his feather sword to weaponize. They don't have to make it, like, the lore with, like, you know, the living particles, but just the idea of, like, the feather sword shooting, like, air currents at enemies. So cool. It'd be neat. Miyazaki, you like Berserk. I know you could do it. That's all for the Sliff Sword section. So also, it would be really cool if they put something that looked like the Femto armor in the game. It already looks like they'll have something similar to Guts' Berserker armor, maybe, with that wolf armor we saw in the trailer. So it'd be really cool to have that counterpart, because the Femto armor looks so fucking sick. Okay, I'm gonna stop fanboying about Berserk for a bit and talk about something else. For now. Alright. Another thing I think would be sick is, more, I guess, interactable characters. Now that sounds weird, but in the Dark Souls games, a lot of characters just feel like you... like, I love Dark Souls characters, don't get me wrong. Dark Souls, Miyazaki has created some amazing characters, but it feels like a lot of them you just occasionally see out in, like, the ruined cities and stuff, and they're like, oh, hey, how are you doing? And you respond, and then you talk to them a few more times, and then they die. But I want to see more, like, gut-wrenching deaths. Like, I'm a total masochist when it comes to, like, you know, media. Like, I love it when my favorite characters die, shit like that. And I'd love it if they made, like, super, super compelling characters instead of, like, just killing off random guys you meet sometimes. Like, I think the best example of this in a Souls game is Sigurd of Katarina. Yeah, actually, not Solaire. I have the balls to say it. Fucking fight me. You'd probably win. Like, with Sigurd, it really feels like you save him out of trouble a few times. You know, you drink with him. He's a really nice guy. And then he fucking dies. And it's really upsetting. Because it feels like you genuinely got to know the character, and then they got fucked. You know? And it's a lot more, I guess, emotionally devastating, which is good in my book. So I want more of that. Make more likable characters, and then proceed to kill them, please. Also, I should add, Bloodborne does this really, really well, because Bloodborne is the best Soulsborne game. I'm sorry if you disagree. Then you're fucking stupid. You should stop fucking watching. Whoa, I actually sounded way angrier there than I intended to. Jeez. Maybe I should edit that out of the Alright, I'm gonna have to wrap it up because I'm tired. So I'm gonna make another point about another thing I want, then I might hit the hay. Yeah, see, I told you I wouldn't have much of value to say in this video. Alright, last thing I want, like, that kind of, like, crazy mindfuck lore. Like, I'm a big fan of stories where, like, you know, the story is so batshit insane and, like, fucking wild, where it starts off, like, normal, and it ends up, like, you know the meme that's playing, like that. Like, you know, Earthbound, Mother kind of stuff like that. I think it's really cool. I love stories that are structured like that. It's like, it's not just like a vibes thing. It's like the way that it makes you, like, question everything else that's been going on in the game, and it makes everything you've done seem so inconsequential that it, like, it alone is good at creating this empty feeling, like that kind of mindfuck lore, and I'm a huge fan of that empty feeling, so give it to me, FromSoft. Let's have it. Thanks for listening to me ramble like a fucking maniac, if you made it this far. Yeah. We'll see how long it takes for me to make another video. Alright, see ya.